Itaigo Shitanath Primanandi.
Maharaj, so if we can have your phone because your YouTube channel.
Already in the YouTube.
Okay. Maharaj,
YouTube, my tube.
Our tube.
because
Our
you see,
tube.
Maharaj,
We tube.
For me, it asked me for password and everything to log into his account.
Which account is this anyway?
So I should say,
Yeah.
did he want to say that Maharaj?
B.A. Janardana Swami.
Sure.
Not on that.
Manji, can I have some warm
Yes.
water?
Water.
The
Maybe.
water bottles, room temperature. Or you want warm in the, a bit warm
heated.
like this with herbal
Maybe better is garam chai.
garam
Chai.
chai. But without milk.
Herbal tea.
But
Yeah,
with
herbal
milk or
tea,
with-
yeah.
without
Without milk
Bengal chai.
and without
Caffeine.
sugar.
Yeah.
We have?
No, can we make rooibos? Rooibos herbal tea?
Yes,
Yes,
whatever.
rooibos herbal tea.
Whatever.
No honey?
And
We have from Haribo.
I will put the honey myself.
Yes, I put honey. So get Maharaj some nice rooibos.
Hari.
Another go because Mara says sorry she couldn't make it, but she had to work tonight and she'd like to come tomorrow.
No problem.
There is another day.
Yes. Most fortunate.
Hare Krishna. So today is very auspicious day. Well, Dasami. Tomorrow is Nirjal, Pandap Nirjal Ekadasi. So let me see. Today is, according to Vaisnav calendar, is Sri Baladev Vidyabhushan Disappearance Day, Ganga Puja, and Shrimati Gangamata Goswamini Appearance Day. Maybe we can speak a little bit of Sri Baladev Vidyabhushan. And yesterday, actually last night, we spoke on glories of Ganga Mata. She's one of the 7 mothers. We have 7 mothers. The wife of the king, the wife of the Brahmana, our own mother, our Nani, the wife of, I already said that, the wife of the king, right? That's the queen. Mother Earth,
Yeah.
Mother Cow.
Yeah.
How many? Did I say? 7? Yeah?
Yeah.
The wife of the guru.
Yeah.
Yes.
The mother, nanny, and
Mommy.
yeah.
We owe a lot to our mother. There's nothing like a mother, actually. Of course, there's nothing like a father also. But mother is very special. Mother. We spent 9 months in the womb of our mother. Yeah, she took care of us in the very beginning, and she's more, in a sense, intact. The child was intact in the womb of the mother for that long, and within her heart, eternally also. This mother is special. Actually, there was a study done, there was a research done. What is the most, of course, the sweetest word that one would like to hear is his name or her name. That is the sweetest, like you. Pradyumna Prabhu. Pradyumna. Oh, I'm being cold. Yes. But the mother is number 1 name that's on top of the list. Mother. So Ganga is like a mother. She is a mother. She is considered to be eternal. She is from the spiritual world, and she's the combined liquid form of Radha and Krishna. Mm-mm. And she's flowing way up from the spiritual world, going to the subterranean region. That's Ganga flowing, and the crescent moon in his matted lock hair, because he saved the force of Ganga is so heavy, so forceful. Her water, if Lord Shiva did not take upon his head that force of Ganga, then practically the entire universe will be dissolved. So yes, that's Ganga. Ganga. There's so many things about Ganga we spoke about almost an hour and a half last night. So let us hear about who is Baladev Vidyabhusan. Baladev Vidyabhusan. He's very, very prominent acharya in our parampara, or line of disciplic succession. Yes. He wrote a lot of books, actually, but mainly he is very well known for his erudite scholarship. He's from Odisha. It was Odisha. It's called Odisha. Yes. And he was trained in the Madhva tradition of Dvaita Vedanta. So he came in contact eventually to be follower of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He was a disciple of Radha Damodar Goswami, in the line of the 6 Goswamis of Vrindavan. So his major contribution, says here, is the writing of Govinda Bhashya. Govinda Bhashya, this is a commentary. Because to establish the authenticity of our movement, there was a big debate that happened in Jaipur in the 18th century. Scholars, Gaudiya Vaishnavas, were challenged by scholars from other sampradayas saying, you are not genuine. Your sampradaya is not genuine. So they criticizing them. That there is no commentary of the Vedanta Sutra. And in order to be authentic or genuine, then one must have a commentary of Vedanta Sutra. So Baladev Vidyabhusan says here, composed the Govinda Bhashya. This is the original commentary and the Vedanta Sutra upholding Gaudiya Siddhanta and satisfying the scholarly requirements of that time. So this happened in Jaipur. In Jaipur. Govinda. Govinda Dev. Govinda Ji. It's amazing, that place. You must have been there, right? It's called the Pink City. Even the post office is painted pink. Everywhere is pink. There's a certain section that everywhere is like colored pink. So the king is very, very Jaiman Singh. He helped a lot, the Goswamis especially, and in their works, writings. And everyone, before, practically the whole town, before they go to work, they will come and have darshan of Govindaji. They will attend Mangalarti, very sweet songs being chanted early in the morning. Um, Before going to work, they go have darshan, and after work, they go have darshan again. Mm-mm. It's very. It's called Gupta Vrindavan,
Jai.
because most of the main deities of the Goswamis, they were transferred there because of the atrocities of the Mughals dynasty at that time. They tried to desecrate, they tried to destroy the temples, and especially the deities. They will break the deities. So knowingly that they're coming, then the pujaris, they concluded that it is not safe for the deities to be there.
Excuse me, Marge, can I put a little honey in your tea?
Okay? Little means little.
Yes, well done. There you go.
Mm-mm.
Water, tea, water.
Yes. So yeah, most of the Goswamis temples, the deities, they have deities that were brought over there. And the king, he wanted to make sure that he'll be the first one to have the darshan. Just put there.
Okay.
Put there.
Remember to make sure you could reach Marge. Sorry to interrupt.
No problem. So, the king is the topmost admirer of Govindaji, that he arranged his bedroom. He arranged his bedroom that, considering that he would like to see Govindaji the first thing in the morning as soon as he rise up, to have darshan of the Lord directly. Yeah, in the palace. Yeah. This is how devoted the king was, Jaiman Singh. So, yes, Baladev Vijayabhusan, he composed this Govinda Bhashya. Actually, it was Govindaji who wrote that himself. He says here, a profound and original commentary of the Vedanta Sutra. He named it Govinda Bhashya in honor of the deity Govindaji in Jaipur when the controversy took place. Actually, it was supposed to be Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur supposed to go, but he's not well. So he sent his disciple. The Govinda Bhashya firmly established the theological credibility of the Gaudiya Sampradaya as an authorized Vaishnava school. It harmonized the teachings of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu with the aphorisms of Vedanta. Especially this Achincha Veda Aveda Tattva philosophy. That was propounded by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Yes, he was the propounder of the simultaneously inconceivable, simultaneously and different. The jiva with the living entities. Yes, we are minute and Krishna is unlimited. So he wrote many books. Siddhanta Ratna, it summarizes the Gaudiya Vaishnava philosophy. Prameya Ratnavali outlines the fundamental truths of Gaudiya theology. Dasa Prameya, Dasamula. Bhaktivinoda Thakur also, he expanded that. Brahma Sutra Karika, versified version of the Vedanta Sutra with commentary. Bhagavad Gita, Bhushana Bhashya, commentary on the Bhagavad Gita, Vaishnava Siddhantamala, simple text for teaching core Vaishnava principles. So, Srila Prabhupada and other Vaishnavacharyas in our line of disciplic succession, they highly revered Baladev Vidyabhushan, and frequently Prabhupada will quote from his works and explain at the same time. So yes, this so many works. Govinda Bhasha, Siddhanta Ratna, Prameya Ratna Bali. They're what you call Sakyabhesa avatar. They're empowered incarnations of the Supreme Lord, meant to give us the Hare Krishna, meant us to give a clear understanding of our philosophy. Yeah, so without them, we'll not be able to understand Krishna and the teachings of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and the other Goswamis, 6 Goswamis of Vrindavan. So yes, it is not that Lord Krishna left us puzzled. Out of his compassion, he also sent these different personalities to explain the process, how we can approach the Supreme Lord, the process, what needs to be done, because we have forgotten Krishna. We have forgotten Krishna. Material body means forgetful of Krishna. Yeah? And this is the basic philosophy. We're not this body, we're spirit, souls. Krishna is God. And ultimately, forgetfulness of Krishna is due to the material contamination that the living entities met when we have coming source of knowledge and forgetfulness. Remembrance means knowledge. In the material world, we have two kinds of knowledge actually. Relative knowledge and absolute knowledge. And when we have come in contact with the material energy, we become distracted by the illusory energy of the Supreme Lord. And therefore, our goal is to revive. That means it is there. It is there, but it's just covered up. It's like gold covered by earth. It is not that gold is not there, but it is being covered by earth. So Prabhupada teaches us that forgetfulness is given by the Lord also to facilitate us to remember Krishna. We have this free will, Prabhupada says. We have free will and we are traveling in different species of life, and this is not meant. Material world is not meant for us to suffer. Material world is meant for us to learn. It is a learning ground. There you go, Prabhupada.
Prabhupada.
Oh, Saraswati, can you share Prabhupada?
Yes. This forgetfulness actually is the Lord's mercy.
There it is.
Mama, Papa.
Amma.
Yes, the forgetfulness is not like inflicted to the jivas so that they'll suffer more and more and more. It is another way of showing us that we have to wake up. You have to get out of our slumber. This is a loving way how to guide the jivas so that when the right time comes, then they'll take the path of bhakti. So ultimately, even though forgetfulness of Krishna is the cause of suffering, but at the same time, moreover, it'll be the cause of how to get out of this miserable condition. And that's why Krishna is perfect. Now one may say, oh, why didn't Krishna just always have us to remember him? Because this is our motto, isn't it? Always remember Krishna and never forget him. So why is the forgetfulness is there? This is what makes Krishna perfect. Because bhakti is voluntary. It is not imposed. It is not like demanding. Of course it's demanding, but then we have this free will. Again, that free will, minute independence is given to the jiva so that they will also learn. Because not ultimately, if we misuse our free will or this minute independence, then the consequence is that we'll have more and more repeated birth and death. Cycle of repeated birth and death. So only when one comes to the position that he understands that he's an eternal servant of Krishna, then we will not be anymore under the influence of Maya. So Maya is there, and she's a pure devotee of the Supreme Lord. Even though her duty is to keep us in illusion. How can that be? If she's a pure devotee, so her duty is to remind us of Krishna. But that is the main thing, to put us into illusion so that we again get out of that condition. Because not until we realize that we are in illusion, we're not going to be able to get out. This is her duty. A thankless task. That's why she is very embarrassed to see Krishna in face to face, in person. Prabhupada gave an example. It's like a rich man, they will have servants, and they have servants' quarters also, and they will clean. They will do all the household chores, cleaning, washing, dusting. And when they've heard that the master will come, you know what they will do? They'll disappear. The real, genuine servants, they cannot look at the master face to eye. Their heads will be always down. Even though they're doing very good job, their work is impeccable, shining. This is her service. So, As soon as we forget our constitutional position as eternal servants of Krishna, we are placed under the influence of Maya and became subjected to birth, death, old age, and disease. Um, so how do we regain the memory? How do we revive the spiritual understanding? Again, Krishna will come from time to time. Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata. Or ultimately, he will come himself, like even 500 years ago. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came, none other than Radha and Krishna combined. He does not have to. He is only already enjoying in this spiritual world. But again, to lead us, to give us direction, and to show us God Himself played the role of a devotee to show us how to become a devotee. How compassionate, how kind, how loving our God, our Father. He did not want us to be here. But we want to be here as long as possible. Again, this is the how Krishna is God. Because he says in the material world, Krishna did not want the material world to be created. It is the jivas who wanted the material world. Actually, they want to be happy separate from Krishna, from God. So they want to experience that happiness, but one cannot be happy separate from Krishna. And so in this spiritual world, everyone is happy because Krishna is there. So if one wants to separate from Krishna, then that means you want to be out of his association. So the material world was created for those who wish to be happy, separated from God, from Krishna. But then because of this, Prabhupada says there is this stamp. It's like when we used to have, now it's email. Before we used to write letters, handwritten, and then we will put them in an envelope. Manila paper. What do you call this? Manila paper. Brown envelope. Or airmail or something. Yeah, and they will stamp when you reach the post office. You need to put a stamp first, and then they will stamp also that it is received, and then they will deliver. So the material world is like this, is guaranteed, full of miseries and suffering. So Krishna did not want the material world to be created. It is for those who wish to forget Krishna. And forgetfulness is not natural for the soul. Because the soul is all-knowing. Not all-knowing. It's full of knowledge, bliss and eternity also. Krishna is all-knowing, but we are minute. It's like an empowered Sakyavesa avatar, incarnation of the Supreme Lord in the Jiva Tattva category. They also can see the future. That's like our spiritual master. He can see the future. He knows the past. He knows the present. Because they have vision. Prabhupada, so far away. The vision. 20 years, 30 years ahead. And some of those disciples of Srila Prabhupada who followed in his footsteps, they also became empowered. They can see. So the process of bhakti yoga or devotional service is especially meant for us to revive that forgetfulness. And it starts from hearing and chanting the name, fame, form, qualities, and pastimes of the Supreme Lord. Hearing especially, because right now we can know Krishna not with our eyes, but through our ears. And the more we hear, the more our hearts becomes purified. And the more our hearts becomes purified, then we'll be able to see eventually Krishna face to face. So the antidote, that means the medicine, is the hearing and chanting. And then there are other processes also of bhakti. Prabhupada says, I'm good in chanting because I'm good in hearing. And because he is good both in hearing and chanting, he is good in remembering. Was that Sravanam Kirtanam Vishnu Smaranam Archanam Bandhanam Dasyam Sakyam Atmani Vedanam. Ultimately giving up everything for Krishna, offering everything to Krishna. The one who is forgetful of Krishna, no, he doesn't want to give anything to Krishna. But once he realizes to always remember Krishna and never forget Krishna, then he's ready to give up everything for Krishna. It's very important, huh? Engaging in devotional service gradually revives his dormant love for God and thus becomes liberated from forgetfulness. Purport, Srila Prabhupada, First Canto, Chapter 2, Text 6. So, according to Srila Prabhupada, forgetfulness in the context of all of Srila Prabhupada's teachings is spiritual amnesia. It's like amnesia. You cannot remember even where you live. Right now there is another dementia. It's like mensha. Forgetfulness. Dementia. Also, there is another one. There's another where you cannot remember. Even the mother cannot remember the child. There's another kind of disease. I just cannot recall this.
Alzheimer's?
Yes.
Did they say
See,
it
I
first?
cannot remember. I'm forgetful. Alzheimer's disease is like that also, isn't it? But before, there is no such thing as these diseases. It just came out recently. Again, it has something to do with the distractions of the material energy. So many unwanted things we are being bombarded every day. As soon as you get out, you see billboards. You see so many advertisements, so many seemingly attractive places to see, the internet, social media. One can spend hours and hours of wasting time.
Good times.
We think that we are being, entertained, but actually we're putting us more into forgetfulness. So this is very, very important. So the consequence is more and more entanglement in the material world. That's why Shastra has given us a solution to remember Krishna, to uncover this covering of the material energy. And Prabhupada has given us everything, all the facilities that we need to revive our Krishna consciousness, especially in chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra through his books, Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, and other books that he translated and published. Worshipping the deities, the Archa Vigraha form of the Supreme Lord, none other than Krishna, performing strict sadhana in the morning.
It's
It might be
coffee is
cold.
hot, but it's sweet. You can drink it.
The sadhana is not just meant for the brahmacharis and sannyasis, especially meant for the grihastas, because of the grihastas being involved seemingly more in worldly activities, because that's the way it is. The sannyasis and brahmacharis, they're kind of like more of, there's a protection, being under the shelter of the deities, the temple. But then the grihastas should also make their place of residence like a temple. It's like in Vrindavan, Prabhupada says there's over 5,000 temples there. Because everyone is worshipping Radha and Krishna or Gaur-Nitai. That was like 50 years ago, he says. But now maybe 100,000 temples there. Not just the big temples, but every home is a temple. So have Krishna as a center. It is not that Grihastha life is bad, or how being a householder is bad. It's how we utilize everything for Krishna. If we don't utilize whatever the grihastas receive or have, then it becomes a source of miseries and further entanglement. So Prabhupada has given us all the ways how we can revive our Krishna consciousness. And it is considered to be a boon, especially in Kali Yuga, to be a grihastha, because Bhaktivinoda Thakur also says that this is the best ashram in Kali Yuga. Grihastha ashram means it's a learning ground, how to learn how to become detached. Learning how to become detached. Not to become more attached materially for sense enjoyment. So we're very fortunate. This process is intact. It stopped. This process is intact, meaning that there is nothing wrong with the process. If there is anything wrong, that's why it may not be, some says, oh, this doesn't work. I've been chanting for many years. I've been reading Prabhupada's books for many years. I've heard this many times, but Maharaj, I don't feel any difference. I'm not feeling any advancement. I've heard this like recently. Maharaj, what can I do? It's very difficult for me to get up early in the morning. I cannot chant my rounds properly. I'm very my mind. What to do? What to do? There's nothing wrong with the process. Again, if we have to be patient, patience is there. Has to be patient. One should be always enthusiastic. I've seen some devotees are really always enthusiastic, always in a preaching mood, always want to help spread Krishna consciousness. It doesn't matter. You don't have to be a rich person. You can be just even general. And they're happy. They're happy. I was seeing this person. He's a billionaire from Pakistan. And they saw him in the streets of Pakistan looking very lonely. It's like as if there is no life. There is no purpose of living because he doesn't have Krishna. One who has Krishna is like a live wire. He's a live wire. And he was like in the queue to get free food, like like the homeless. But he's a billionaire. Even one who has a lot of money, that doesn't mean he's happy. He can be the most miserable person. And then when he notices someone is taking a video of him, he stood up immediately and went around so that he will not be seen. He lived like a homeless person, because he doesn't have Krishna. He's forgotten Krishna. So our duty is to, again, it's like a proposal. It's like a suitor. He wanted to propose. Will you marry me? And then the woman or the lady says, he can say yes or no. So this is our duty, is to offer Krishna to everyone whom we meet, and it's up to them to take it up or not. But if no one will do it, there is no hope in this world. Only devotees are the only hope. Yes. So as much as possible, whatever you can, whenever or whatever you can do, or whenever you can do, try to. If one can make one devotee in this lifetime, guarantee you go back home, back to Godhead also.
Sweet.
If you can help one person to revive his Krishna consciousness, or start taking up the process, then very, very positive. Krishna, who is all attractive, you will attract Krishna. Krishna means all attractive. Everyone is attracted to him, but Krishna is attracted to the person who is helping the conditioned souls. That's why the spiritual master is the dearmost servant of the Supreme Lord. So we assist our spiritual master in doing so. We can at least attempt or try to do it. In this way, our life will become auspicious. This is a process of how we can get out of this material world quicker. I will stop here now. Do you have any questions or comment? Anyone would like to add something?
Yes, that's
Yes, Prabhuji.
Thank you for wonderful lecture. I had a quick question. When I came in, he was talking about how forgetfulness helps in remembering, like it helps in the.
Yeah, it is not really a punishment. We see it as a punishment. Actually, it will help us to wake up, because ultimately one will not take to Krishna consciousness not until he is disgusted with this material world. So in illusion, one thinks he is happy, even though he has forgotten Krishna. LA. How many has remembering Krishna? If we can remember Krishna 50% during the whole day, our life is successful. But how many are even thinking 1%? Everyone is emerged. Their consciousness is into material energy. So forgetfulness, because one will become sick and tired of this world anyway, one day. Been there, done that. You've done everything. There's nothing left behind except Krishna. And as Bhakti Saraswati Thakur says, nothing is lacking in this world. The only thing lacking is Krishna consciousness, because we have forgotten Krishna. So the forgetfulness of Krishna is a device for Krishna showing us that ultimately we have to remember him. Makes sense, no?
Yeah.
Because there's no other way. We'll get sick and tired. But then there is this one pseudo guru. He says, oh, just enjoy your senses to the highest degree. And you'll get sick and tired of it one day. But then, no, you will not realize it. You will just keep on. It's like there's like a donkey that has a carrot in the front. Yeah. So he's running after the carrot, but he cannot catch the carrot because it's tied up. So we're running after the material energy, and no, but if we actually ultimately meet a devotee, then they are our saving grace. They will remind us of our eternal position. They will remind us Krishna and our relationship with him. Someone has to tell them. But they'll figure it out also. Because as Paramatma, if they say, I'm frustrated. I know I have a cousin in Dubai. Being in Dubai, if you are just an ordinary like worker, it's difficult to survive. Very difficult to survive. And if you go to Dubai, oh, it's amazing. Whoa, I've never seen a city like that. Everything is so modernized. Oh, the buildings, no two. It's like Brajapati Prabhu says, there's no two house like what he's having right now. And Dubai is like that. There's no two buildings, the same.
Right.
They're all like crooked, like
Like twisty
like a
and-
pretzel or
Yes,
something.
Yes, Lauren.
The ring.
Yeah. So he was telling me, maybe I should just join the Hare Krishnas.
Right.
I cannot find a job. Every 2-3 months they have to get out of the country to get a new visa.
Strict.
Yeah, you cannot be a citizen of that country. Not possible. And their salaries, very meager. What, $200, $300 a month?
Krishna.
Where can you go with $300? Yeah. Yes.
That's crazy. These are nurses?
Yes.
Krishna.
That is peanuts. It's like 1 second they're spending here in LA.
Yeah. It's a half-hour Trader Joe's shopping spree. And 5 minutes in Costco.
Yes. The workers, they live like in labor camps. Yeah. But we go there. We go and preach there. We do some kirtan, but now they're prohibiting now. So what they do, they will go, they live like in a small area, enclosed, so devotees will go and preach from outside. It's like doing a picnic, so they will go there. But they chose to be in that situation because of their prarabdha from the previous karmic reaction. That's why they are in that situation. It's hellish. Externally, it looks like glamour and everything, but behind it is a lot of sufferings, a lot of miseries. So, forgetfulness of Krishna is the cause of our suffering. And when we understand that, why am I suffering? Then you turn towards God, you turn towards Krishna.
So Maharaj, Janardana is a scientist with NASA.
Acha,
He's that's NASA scientist.
so when are we going to the moon? Or forget the moon, we'll go to Mars.
Jupiter.
Or Pluto. I was just reading, Pluto, they erased the 9th planet, Pluto.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Back in 2006.
Yeah, you see?
Yeah.
They erased, the Pluto is there, but the Pluto is like small planet,
Yeah.
very humble,
Yeah.
and they erased the Pluto in the history, in the books, no more,
Krishna.
right?
Yeah, because they discovered other planets that are also many planets that are like Pluto, and they're like, I don't want to name all of these as planets. So they erased them.
That's nuts.
No more identity.
Yeah,
It's still there.
still there.
It's still there.
How do you erase it? Right.
Prabhupada says our greatest enemies are the scientists, because they're the ones who doesn't believe in God. Their theory is, there is no God. To see is to believe. Yes. But there are some, we have this Bhaktivedanta Institute was preaching to this level, like His Holiness. He did it. He was successful. Bhakti Sarup Damodar
Bhakti Sarup,
Maharaj.
yeah.
Yeah. Many devotees preach in that level. Scientists. There are scientists also. It's good. And you're a devotee, so you're not that one of scientists. We are spiritual scientists.
When you're doing his PhD, so I say, if you're a karmi, it means permanent head damage. And for him, permanent Hare Krishna devotee, PhD. That's true.
That's right. Any other points? Pradyumna Prabhu? You want to say something?
Maharaja, we see always Hare Krishna to people,
Yeah.
and they never forget. People I cross in my life every day, and I say Hare Krishna to people, just on the street, anywhere, and they react to us back. Hey, Hare Krishna.
Yeah.
You know, the name is very attractive, and they never forget. And then next time they see you again, they say Hare Krishna.
Yeah. They're
I
very.
interact with every day.
In America, it's like that. Canada is like that. But you go to Russia, Hare Krishna. They don't smile. They look very miserable.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is that why all the Russian devotees, Maharaj, look so happy because they finally got to that point?
Yeah. Well, devotees are always happy.
Yeah.
But when we go walking, Guru Maharaj in Russia, Guru Maharaj will say Hare Krishna to them, but they're just surprised. They just look at you. Here they're very courteous, they're very polite. Even in the morning.
Russians in America, Maharaj, a lot of people who got Russian here.
Yeah.
They are very reciprocated.
Yeah, because of the mood here is joyful.
Yes.
And they're happy to get out of that, right?
Yeah, they've been oppressed.
Mm-hmm.
They've been oppressed for many years. Communist era is gone. Now it's capitalist, but still, people are unhappy. Mm-mm. It's like
There's so
Prabhupada.
much suffering in the world, but still people are not able to accept.
No.
And people are understanding when you preach to them, like, this material world is very temporary and miserable. And they get it because they see every day suffering, constantly, There's not
That they
any
cannot
possible-
deny, but they don't have any alternative.
Too much distractions on the TV, like sports. Crazy in Americans, like very much into like
Football,
seasons.
basketball.
You see, but Maharaj, you brought a very important point about Srila Prabhupada's vision. And power personality that 20 years, 30 years, we could see. And since I'm in the temple of Vedic Planetarium, I will share something very, very important that I have seen myself about Srila Prabhupada's vision. So when we are doing the TVP, we are comparing it with Hagia Sophia in Turkey, for example. Is one of the buildings we compare the TVP structure compared to Hagia Sophia in Turkey. So my partner, one of my partners in one of the businesses is American Turkey. So he told me you must come to Turkey. So I went to Turkey.
Yeah.
And I arrived there at around midnight. And he's telling me at 4 o'clock I'm coming to pick you up. And I said to him, where is Alex? I said, Alex, I am not on Mangal Aarti. Why I have to wake up so early? I'm tired, long journey to come to. He says, please believe me. So he sends the driver, they take me to Hagia Sophia to see Hagia Sophia. Now it's converted to a mosque.
It's a mosque.
It's a mosque. It used to be a Catholic, a Greek Catholic church. Now they converted it into a mosque. So in the morning, they have the same prayers, like a prayer session, just like we have Mangal Aarti. But then when I came out at between 5:30 like this, I could see the police already barricading the streets. And within a short time, as the daylight came, I could see the crowds that were piling up just to go and see Hagia Sophia, because the Blue Mosque is across from it, and it's just a building, but the people from all walks wanted to see. So then it dawned to me Srila Prabhupada's vision of the TVP. Then I went to St. Paul's Cathedral. It's another building we compare in London.
In London, St. Paul's.
Yes. And nothing there, nothing is happening. But it is on the hip hop bus route because people want to go and see the iconic building. Then I realized
The structure.
Correct. Then I realized Srila Prabhupada's vision. Then I went just recently to Bali.
Bali.
Yeah, I brought Lord Nrsimha from Bali. The devotees, this is Bali Thickwood. There is 6 temples in Bali of ISKCON. And the devotees are very good artists. So I went to the Vishnu Garuda statue, the largest, 4th largest statue in the world. Again, I could see Muslims, Christians, anybody.
Every
coming.
walks of life.
So then I went to Tokyo, and I went and saw Tokyo Tower, and all the old palaces of the kings, but how many people are going?
Mm-mm.
Then obviously Dubai. In Dubai I have seen, from Burj Khalifa to everywhere, people. Then I could realize Prabhupada's vision. That Prabhupada, he had that vision 50 years ago. More he could think that if he makes this monumental temple, it's going to attract people.
That's right.
So wherever I travel, I see people going, and it's buildings.
Yeah.
And it brings people from every denomination. I went to Vishnu Garuda, Indonesia is mostly predominantly Muslim.
Yes.
I saw so many Muslim burqa ladies coming just to see the statue and learn the history. So again, it told me that yes, Srila Prabhupada's vision is so big. If we build this GOEP, it's going to spread. It's going to spread the message.
Ishkan Juhu was like that. Prabhupada was walking by even before he came to America. He said, if you ever give me this piece of land, that I'll build you a beautiful palace. Across Bihar, and it happened.
And he did, yeah.
And it became India.
It's a wonder.
Such a beautiful
It's a wonder.
God.
Prabhupada Samadhi also in Vrindavan is an architectural wonder. Yeah. To maintain it is like lifelong maintenance.
Because it's white marble, Maharaj, so
Yeah.
to keep on
Always,
keeping it clean.
always, yeah.
Yeah.
Ishkan Juhu made India. Everybody know about Krishna consciousness. Like, beautiful temple.
He's revolutionary. Prabhupada is revolutionary. That's what I call. He create a situation where everyone can take part Krishna consciousness. So even if they come there, eventually they'll become devotees because they'll see the Panchatattva, Lord Nrsimhadev, Radha Madhava, the Astasakis. Yes. Out of curiosity, they'll become a devotee. It's-
And just the architecture, the temple you've seen, the architecture is so well done.
Mm-mm.
So
And
beautiful.
by praising and glorifying
Like,
the
soften
place,
hearts.
then they'll get so much pious punya, pious credit. Mm-mm. So, what are we having now?
Prasad is ready.
Prasadam is
Put
ready.
in soup for the rest.
So
It
we
is
should
Bima
eat a lot
orders,
because
some,
tomorrow is fasting.
Yes.
Spanish
We're eating late
salsa,
tonight,
chips,
yeah.
and all that. It's all
Hare Krishna.
American today.
I better turn this up.